Welcome to the Lion's Den. Let's go. Let's go. Whoa, man. It's been like 3 weeks, but here we are. Inconsistency, but you know what? Lion's Den podcast, we still at it. We're doing it. It's been busy. I think we've both been busy personally, so I don't know. It's just the energy levels are just, I'm so busy at work. I'm just so tired. Wife's pregnant. That's big
2 jobs
for 2021. So I don't know. It's like she's always tired, and I feel like I'm like it's contagious.
Yeah.
So I got the work grind, and yeah. But hey, that's funny though. You know, funny I bring that up. Lack of energy. You know what? I'm gonna introduce this new product, Dope or Nope. We haven't done it in a while.
Dope or Nope. We haven't done one in a long time.
It's about to float on the screen. Oh snap! Look at that new energy drink by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
All right.
Called, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Zoa. Check this out. So it just came through the mail today via UPS. I think they just released it like last week. So I just jumped on it. It was $29.99 for 12 cans. So about $2.50 a can, which is pretty competitive with Rockstar, Red Bull, all that stuff. But the difference is this one is like supposedly like healthy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seems that way when you look at the profile. It seems like it's and you know, The Rock, man, he's all about fitness and stuff. So he's trying to make like a healthy version of these crazy energy drinks that get you kidney stones. So this one it's called, so here I'll just read it, man. Healthy Warrior Blend. And I did drink my first can about 3 hours ago.
How you feeling?
And I feel cool. I mean, like I said, I'm just tired. I do feel, you know, no pun intended, you know, my legs were electrifying after drinking it. Like I felt it in my legs, like it was like vibrating. I'm like, okay, I feel like it's doing something. And yeah, man, I have a little bit of energy, but at the same time, you know, if you're just tired, if you're dog tired, right? There's not much you can do there. But in terms of this drink, dude, it got 100% vitamin C. It's got some vitamin D. It's got B6, B12, potassium, magnesium, electrolytes, 250 milligrams of amino acids, which is actually something I used to drink. Like that was like my pre-workout. Like I don't really like pre-workouts because it just amps me up too much. So I used to just drink these this I forgot what it's called. I think it's amino acid. I forgot what the brand's called. Amino Energy or something like that. So it's like amino acids in there, and it has a little bit of like green tea, bean, some caffeine, something like that, or green bean. I don't know. It's some type of green tea extract, and they're the same here. So in terms of energy, it comes with 160 milligrams of caffeine from green tea extract and green coffee. Green coffee, that's what it is.
Okay.
Plus B1s and B2s. So this essentially is like a pre-workout, you can say, you know, like, I mean, I drank it 3 hours ago, so after I worked out, so it didn't make much sense, but I just wanted to try it, man. I was so excited. I put it in the fridge. The flavor I got is pineapple coconut. So I love pineapple. I love coconut. So yeah, I was like, okay, cool. This is a healthy alternative to like a freaking Rockstar. They come in like 100-calorie can, which is what I got because I don't like the sugar-free 0-cal things. So I got that, and so there's no juice, no preservatives, no artificial flavors, no synthetic colors. So that's what it's advertised as. So drank my first one. The flavor is like it's good. It's not like overly sweet. You know what I'm saying? It's not like overly sweet. It has that, you can taste the pineapple, you can taste the coconut. It's not in your face, right? So it's nice, has a little bit of a kick to it, and I'd say it's a dope. I mean, especially, it's smart, man. The Rock's smart with the marketing, right? So he's hitting like the pre-workout market, and he's also hitting the Rockstar, um,
Red Bull,
Red
Monster.
Bull while you're on the road, and there's and like Rockstar, Red Bull, all that stuff. A lot of gamers
Hmm.
drink that stuff.
Right.
So he
Mountain
was
Dew.
actually,
Code Red.
yeah. So he did like a video on Instagram saying, "Hey gamers, this is for you too." So he's trying to hit everybody, like a
Okay.
lot of different demographics,
How much did
and
you
it's
say a
good.
case ran you for?
It was $30 for 12 cans, so it was about $2.50 a can.
Which is the going rate for a regular energy drink if you go to
It's
7-Eleven or
competitive.
something. Yeah,
Pricing's
that's about right.
competitive, and it's a healthier option. Like I don't really like pre-workout, but you know what? Tomorrow, when I hit my do my lunch workout, I'm gonna drink this before that and see if I feel any different. But
Right.
right now, after my first can, just in terms of taste, just in terms of profile, just in case of cost per can, dope for me, man. It's dope.
Right, right,
Good
right,
flavor.
right,
Good
right.
flavor. Tastes good.
Word. So we got a dope.
Good job, Rock. But
I got to try it now.
you should. They sell it at GNC too. You can get it on their website. ZOA. What is the website? I should know it. ZOAenergy.com. Or you can
Bet.
just hit up your GNC,
Gotcha.
and then they should have it in stock there.
Bet.
Yeah.
Word.
But yeah, that's it. Dope. Ding, ding, ding.
It's definitely a cop. Cop or a drop.
Yep. Hey, you like my hoodie, dude?
Yo, can't deny the class of 05.
This thing is huge, man. I can't believe you used to wear such big clothes, man.
Baggy clothes. Yeah, baggy ass clothes.
Dude.
I feel it.
But it's crazy because I went to my mom's and she has all of my, like a lot of my jackets I used to wear in high school and stuff. Remember that Foot Locker bomber jacket?
The bomber joint for like $25-$30.
Yes.
It was like a mini puff coat.
Right. Yeah. That was like the thing, bro. Everybody rocked that. And I had mine at my mom's and I was like, oh, shoot, I should bring it back. Like it's size large too, which is what I usually wear. And I'm like, oh, snap. And I put it on. That thing was huge. I'm like, dude, this is the large back in the day. It's way larger
15
than
years
it is
ago.
now.
Yeah, 15, 16 years ago. Yeah.
Man, freaking went like it's just crazy. I didn't realize that even though it's a size large, that it would really be more like a double XL to modern standards.
Right.
It literally felt like a double XL. It was crazy big.
Savage, bro. Savage, B. I mean, that's what we used to rock in. Now the more slimmer, the more skinnier things are is the going trend these days.
I can't do the skinny dude. I mean, I got so the jeans I usually rock are like they're called athletic fit. Not all companies really make it anymore. Like Old Navy had it, I think. Levi's even made it, but you don't see it too often. And I like it because, man, with these skinny jeans, it don't fit. I can't like my thighs are like I have big legs, so my thighs especially, I can't even get pants up to past my thigh. So the athletic fit jeans, it's loose in the thigh and then it just tapers down. So it has a nice like clean look. But you can actually fit it for the guys with bigger thighs, I guess.
Right.
So
I feel it. Well, I mean, we got a great show as usual. Man, it's been brutal, bro. Brutal.
It's been very brutal.
Brutal, man. I don't know. I feel like it's.
Hey, for you, it's double, man, because you dealt with, you dealt with double, man. You got, So,
I mean, I think I think a lot of people be forgetting that I'm Asian. So there's that. So
true.
a lot of people forget that I'm Asian. They'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know you're Asian." I'm like, "Yeah, bro. My mom is from Japan. Like I'm half and half. So don't let the skin tone fool you of just who I am.
You just have a dominant trait. You know what the dominant trait is, but you can see the Japanese too.
Yeah. So, and I mean, your son, he's kind of like the same. He's the same as me. So there's that. But man, it's been I don't know, Mike. Like I mean. This has been an ongoing thing since we were in Galileo. If you actually put it into perspective, with Asians, elderly Asians, as a matter of fact, getting mugged or getting beat up or getting chastised and things like that. And I think with the advancement of technology and whatnot, you know, people are starting to get put on blast, and it's starting to become more of a it's starting to become more in the limelight, I should say,
Yeah.
or and it should be, and it's kind of productive. Like you would think that as the years go on that things get better, but I don't know if things are getting better or if things are just kind of being pointed out now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that
It's
kind of
probably just that. It's probably the fact that there's more resources that can capture,
yeah,
unfortunate events.
yeah. So
More, yeah,
um, you
exposure's
know,
there more now.
right. And so your mom lives right there in Chinatown, in San
Yep.
Francisco. My mom lives in the TL, so they ain't no spring chickens, you know. So
Nope. And that's the targets nowadays,
yeah, it
which is
is.
crazy, man. Like, I don't know, man. Because elderly attacks, like I mean, I think back, I don't necessarily remember it just like the elderly being specifically targeted. Like back in there, it was like,
Hmm.
all right, you want to attack an Asian, all right, let's go. Like I'll stand up for myself and we can do it. But now you're attacking people that can't really defend themselves.
Right,
And I
right,
mean, and you do, I mean, we already know where the I mean, the hate's always been there, right? It's just
right.
a certain individual triggered, or what do you want to what's the word to say? Kind of
Ignited it.
ignite. That's a good word. That's a good word. Ignited the racism, and
Right.
actions occur as a result. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. It's very interesting. I I'm going back to work, or I'm going to work like 3 days a week. And so people are starting to trickle back in, and kind of you're starting to see some people that you haven't seen in almost a year. So like in particular, my building, you know, I'm starting to see people every now and then. So I ran into somebody who's Asian. She's from China, and she's a little older. She's like in her late 40s, mid or late 40s, early 50s. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now, but I haven't seen her. She's from China, and she's a really, really good friend of mine. Like, you know, and I haven't seen her in a year, so we were just kind of talking, catching up, and she just kind of brought up. It was literally the day after the whole Atlanta massacre thing, and so
Hmm.
she was just like, "Man, I've just been more like really conscientious over the last year of everything that's taken place, being the fact that I'm Asian." I was like, "Man." You know, to hear it, you know, I hear it from my mom here and there, but to hear it from someone else, it was like, man, you know, she said like all of the precautionary things that she has to do, like when she goes to Costco, you know, she kind of steps back and kind of gives, you know, like instead of 6 feet, it's like 12 feet because she doesn't want the stigma of what people have said in the past of what's gone on over the last year. So, you know, it's just really, really sad to hear them type of stories, and people are just fearing for their lives, thinking that they could be next. And it's just sad that we live in an era where, you know, people are picking on elderly. That's the first thing that's sad. And then second of all, you know, we're talking about a race that hasn't really been known to speak up about things, and more
Hmm.
of a culture that kind of just goes with the flow and just kind of keeps it pushing. And that's neither here or there.
That's
It's not a
why we're
knock.
the model minority.
Right. So it's not a knock, you know, it's just more of we just keep it pushing. We just do what we're supposed to do. You know, we just go to work, we go home, we tend to our families and things like that. But it's just sad to see that these things are happening. You know, it's not, I mean, for me, it's nothing new because we've been seeing it our entire lives, but to see the actual violence caught on camera, and you know, even the lady on Market Street last week who, you know, rightfully
Fought
sat there,
back.
fought back and flexed down on dude and put him on a
Hmm.
stretcher. Even that, like, that's just, it shouldn't have to come down to it. Like, shout out to the lady for carrying it, whatever the hell she had on her. I don't know if
It
it
was
was
like
a
a bat
samurai.
or something. I don't
I
know.
don't know what whatever she had, it worked.
Hey, well, here's the
But
thing. Why is she carrying that? Probably because she was scared for her
she's
life,
scared of her
probably, right?
life, right? And I'm
So,
not. You can't knock that. I
yeah,
mean, right? And then there's the other token. It's like, okay, the people that are filming these heinous attacks, like, why isn't anyone kind of like doing something about it? Like, why is everyone quick to pull out their phones and
I think
and, and, and record
yeah.
it? Like, it's kind of, you're just as wrong too, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, and you know what? That's to your point when we started off the conversation when you're saying like technology and stuff like that, man. I just remember I think we talked about this on a freaking podcast a year ago when
Probably.
there was a lot of footage of elderly in Chinatown getting attacked and
I
stuff.
remember that. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
and one of
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
points was like, yo, back in the day, we used to, just chill, like we had the gangs and stuff. We just youth chilling in Chinatown at late night. I chill with my homies in late night, and we see our friends and stuff like that. There's people there, and if somebody tried to do something like that, guess
It would
what?
stop.
We ain't gonna film it. We're gonna like let you know, hey, you can't do that. And
Right.
and stand up for the people getting like bullied or attacked. So I don't know if we have much of that nowadays, especially now, in this certain pandemic situation. You're not people aren't out. So the people that are out, because I know my mom, she can't stay at home. She lives right by
Mhm.
Chinatown. She can walk to Chinatown, she can walk to North Beach, she can walk downtown by foot, like that's
Right.
just how San Francisco is. So she's
Exactly.
always out and about, just like a lot of people. So
Right.
I don't know. I just don't know. I think, yeah, the whole technology thing, like people are like, oh, let me catch this, which is good because then you have evidence, but
Right. Right.
it's like, yo, you could be stopping that from happening. So
Well, so okay, so then right, and it's a double-edged sword.
yeah,
It's good with it, but then there's also like, dang, like we out here really just witnessing something happen. So like if you see somebody filming it, then why isn't person B over here intervening? Or you see even the other lady on Market Street last week, I saw a lot of bystanders there, and I don't know if that was the police body cam footage that caught like the aftermath of the whole situation. Kind of, I don't know. It looked like it was a lot of the aftermath, so it could have been a police body cam. I'll just assume that it was, maybe, because I'm pretty sure by that time, like, you don't want like a civilian or like a innocent bystander right there in that person with a camera just in this person's piece in front of a whole bunch of cops. Like, it's just not a good look. So I'm assuming that was a body cam. But even then, beforehand, like, what was everybody doing where the lady had to fend off herself with a switch, a bat, a katana? I don't know
it's,
what the hell it was, but
it's crazy,
where was
man.
it at? Where Market Street, Market Street in San
Market
Francisco
Street's
is probably
popping, dude.
by far the busiest street in San
Yeah,
Francisco. It goes from one
yeah.
side of the city to the other side. So we're talking about by far the busiest street in San Francisco. Even during the pandemic, nobody like.
You know what though? I think it's been like that. I mean, I will say, so there was, and this kind of doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but just to point out the fact that, people don't do anything when they see trouble. Like when I was Galileo, hey, funny, I'm wearing the hoodie.
Right.
So me and my homies, I don't know, remember Co, Harry.
Mhm.
There was like a few of us. Let's just say this: it was like, I don't want to put race or none in there, but there was like, it was an Asian group, right? And then somebody seen us on the bus. They came out, surrounded us, uh, took their knife out and tried to steal our money and stuff, try to rob us. Dude, that was on Van Ness, right?
Right.
This was back in what, '04. So it was on Van
Okay.
Ness. You know what I'm talking about, right across the
Right.
street from Gallo High. And
Right.
we're right on
The
Van
corner
Ness,
store.
right on the corner,
Hmm.
like kind of like where First Cup is, or what is that place called?
First Cup across the street
First
from
Cup?
Cafe Late. So you had the
Cafe Lay,
convenience
right? Yeah. So you have
Cafe
Cafe
Late.
Lay down a block from that. So that corner, all these cars passing by, we're getting
Right.
jacked in broad daylight. I mean, it's partially our fault. We're cutting PE class, but hey, that's
Right.
besides the point.
Right.
So we're getting jacked, and there's cars passing. They're staring, but they ain't doing nothing. Like one car, put the window down. They were right next to us. They put the window down. They looked, and they were like, "Oh," and then they put the window up and left.
Kevin mashed
Nobody.
out, mobbed out.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe it's always been like that. Maybe people just don't want to get. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to get in trouble. Maybe there's a legal thing behind it. Like, oh, I don't want to
Snitches get
hurt.
stitches.
Yeah, or I don't want to hurt this person. Maybe I might be liable for this person's injuries, or I don't know,
Right. Right.
man.
Right.
But all
Right.
I know is if I see an elderly, I don't care. Honestly, I mean, I know we're talking specifically Asian. I don't care if they're Asian. I don't care if they're black. I don't care if they're white. If I see an elderly getting
Yeah.
hit or whatever, getting assaulted, dude,
Right.
I am naturally gonna say something because that's just not right. Like I don't know, just not right, man. Something about elderly, man. They can't defend themselves, especially like
Right.
elderly women. That I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's
Right.
tough to
I
see.
agree. I 1,000% agree. So
I call my
yeah,
mom
it's
every
just
day, dude. I call my mom every day just to make sure she's all right because I know she like I told you, I know she likes going out and
right.
walking around. I'm like, man,
Right.
it's just tough. I mean,
It's brutal. It's hard. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I talk to my moms a lot more often these days, but I don't know, man. It's sad overall. And then the whole situation in Atlanta, it's just another, just to
dude.
add that to the list of things. I mean, I think you and I have had bad days, but I don't think the first thing we want to do is go shoot
Hey,
some
yo, I've
people.
I've had a bad week. Actually, that week that it happened, I was having a bad week. You know, see me, you know, going out killing folk, not even assaulting people, man. That hey, that's a horrible excuse. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, here's the thing. So did you see this? Like the sheriff, he actually had like these
Kind of
COVID
vouched for him.
shirt
He
like
kind of vouched for him,
apparel.
was like the dude had a bad day and blah, blah, blah.
It's like
Nah, call it
that's
for what
like
it's
a
worth, bro.
bad day. No, it's not a
Right.
bad day, man. He murdered 8 people. Like
Right.
he, I mean, and here's the thing. Like the one thing, I mean, I might, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. It can be offensive, but when the people go mental health, man, people use that as an excuse way too much, man. Like you can like if they go, oh, he's mental, he can't go to jail, and he needs help, right? So we gotta
Right.
get away with murder because you have mental health issues. All right.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like that's just the easy way out, and then it can be used as an excuse. I feel like a lot of
Well,
times
not only that, it's also a slap in the face to people who suffer from mental illness
who
and
really
suffer from
do.
those
Correct.
who legitimately have it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a knock on those people who, it makes it even harder for them to be able to live their day to day lives because of what happened. So, it
Correct.
just it's everyone's a loser at this point, or everyone loses. No one's a winner.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, but I felt like, I know we, especially on this podcast, try not to touch these type of things, but I felt like two Asian dudes not saying anything. I felt like that's more of, I wouldn't say silence is in agreement, but also saying something when you have a platform, even if it's just acknowledging it, can go a long ways. And you put out a pretty dope rap not too long ago. Loki, it went viral. If you didn't know that or not, it
Oh
kind
yeah,
of went
I don't
viral.
know, man. So here's the thing. So I haven't wrote in so long. I haven't wrote in months. Like
Mm,
I pretty much like don't. I'm not really recording no more. I just feel like
right,
I just kind of lost the fires. I haven't wrote. I haven't recorded nothing. I'm just kind of my mic's over here, just kind of chilling, doing
right,
this thing. If I ever feel inspired to record some, I will. But for now, I'm not. But then after that happened, I was like, man, well. What am I decent at? I'm decent at
right,
writing, so I'll just do it.
right,
I want to speak on it, and that's what stuff like Instagram's for. That's what like
right.
Facebook, whatever. It's for that purpose. So
Hmm.
yeah, just had to, man. It is what it is. It's crazy. So I mean, but that's the best form of expression for me. So that's why I did it.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I felt like just acknowledging, and I'm not saying that we have all the answers to everything, and
yeah.
I don't even know where to begin, outside of the fact of just bringing up awareness and having conversations, is always the opening door.
Healthy
Uh,
conversations
Healthy
is
conversations.
one of it's definitely a solution, man. You got it,
Yeah, but
communication.
also, yeah, and I also think, um, it's interesting because pre-pandemic, one thing I was known for was like super duper being active in Japantown, like Cherry Blossom Festival, Nihonmachi Street Fair, and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
I was actually, COVID put a damper on that last year, and it looks like it's not happening again this year. So I probably won't be able to go home for the second year in a row for Cherry Blossom, which sucks.
Dude, that event's
Um,
fun too, man.
it's
I
popping, bro.
enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of, but that's always like my way of trying to give back to the community, especially the community that I grew up in, and just being able to see people that I grew up with, the elderly that are there that always kind of partake in it, and kind of the matriarchs and the patriarchs of the whole festival, being able to see those people. So, not having that this year kind of even is probably even more suckier than last year. because last year we was right out the blocks into the pandemic. So we knew that wasn't
Yeah.
going to happen in April. But here we are a whole year later, and all of these things that have taken place towards Asian people.
Yeah.
Um,
Having that
it kind
event
of
would be kind of empowering, probably,
not only
bringing them
empowering, but
together.
just not, yeah, not well, absolutely not. Empowering is a great word, but also just kind of seeing people and just laying your eyes on people that you haven't thought of, during this whole pandemic, and just making sure everyone's Gucci. So not
Yeah.
having that, not being afforded that opportunity this year is kind of it's a kick in the balls, even harder than probably last year, because of everything that's transpired between the start of the pandemic and all the way till the end of this pandemic. And
Yo,
we
that
don't
must
really even,
really hurt you then, dude. You comparing it to getting kicked in the balls, bro. Oof.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
tough. Like, it sucks. And I was thinking about the start of the pandemic till where we are now. And one organization I feel like has been the only one that's been keeping everything kind of afloat, and that's been the UFC, man. And I know this Saturday is a pretty dope card. It's a big deal. It's the heavyweight championship. It's the biggest of the biggest.
It is, and it's a
This
rematch. Hey, I guess before we go that, yeah, man, stop Asian hate, man. And 2021, dude, we're in 2021, bro.
we coming out
And
the
and we
blocks,
had
and it
all
ain't
this.
looking
Look,
good.
it's not even like not even. I mean, even look at 2020, man. Like all the
Right?
things that transpired. Like racism is just alive and kicking. If not, it's even more exposed than
Facts,
ever because social media
facts.
allows people to just hide behind their keyboards and
Yeah,
hey, whether they're trolling or they're speaking their truth or what they believe in,
yeah,
there's a lot of people that's just expressing themselves openly and like, wow, this is like, oh, that's how you really feel, huh? So
right.
it's just I don't know, man. It's kind of scary. That's all I gotta say. It's kind of scary. We're 2021, and this is still these type of ideas are still in people's mind. It's crazy to me. But
Yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, stop Asian hate. Black
Black
Lives
Lives Matter.
Matter. But we can't move forward until all of this other nonsense stops. God damn, we in the middle of the pandemic. Y'all still got time to be killing people? Like, come on,
Uh,
man. Like, come on, bro. But
Pandemic's already
yeah,
killing enough people, man. God.
facts. Yeah. So, uh, I was trying to
Wait.
segue
What's
into.
keeping us alive though? What's keeping us alive is this UFC card. No,
Yeah,
For real though, like how the UFC has been really like staying active has really kept really has kept my sanity, man. It does help. It is like it's
I
therapeutic.
didn't realize.
As weird as that sounds, it's therapeutic. Just being able to be entertained, and I I already love the sport as is, so especially at this time, it's like really something therapeutic to really.
I completely forgot that this Saturday is going to be their first event with fans. Like,
Is it fan? Wait, really?
yeah, it's in Jacksonville.
Wait, no way. Not this, not
Is it this one or is it the next
260.
one? Is it
No, no, no,
261?
no, no. 261. 261. 260's in Vegas.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah,
261 is in
yeah,
Jacksonville, and I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's the one that's going to be full attendance.
Yeah, I'll be watching in the comfort of my home. That's all I gotta say, man. I ain't trying to play Russian roulette, bro. Come on,
Yeah, I'm
man. Hey, I
cool
like
on
it.
that. It's a small venue. I know where
Yeah.
the arena is. It's a small venue, but I
Here's the
mean,
thing,
even
like,
then, I think that holds about 7 or 8,000 people, if not more.
yeah. I mean,
So
I like it. I like the fact that that's possible and
WrestleMania
this
is
is
having
normalcy.
45,000 people.
Yo, first of all, I don't want to go for two reasons. I don't want to go because the product sucks, and I don't want to go because there's hella MFers around the whole world attending that event. Screw
Right.
that. I'm out.
Yeah. So they got 45,000 people both days coming. So that's 90,000 people that are supposed to
Oh,
be there. I'm good, bro.
bro. I don't even know how they're freaking doing that. But yeah, 261. I mean that it's kind of cool because we haven't really seen a UFC event like
Who's in
with a
261
full crowd. Huh? When is that?
or who's in it?
Who's in it? That's
Yeah.
the lightweight that's in the light. Hold on. Oh, that's Usman Masvidal too.
Oh,
And then you got Valentina Shevchenko versus Andrade. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing. What's dope about 261 being in Florida and that being the main event.
Osvidal's from Florida.
They're both from Florida. So that makes it
Yeah,
kind of
but it's
cool.
in
Like,
Jacksonville though. It's not really Florida.
yeah, true. Oh shoot, Weili
Like,
Zhang's on that card too
oh,
against
she's got a championship
Rose
belt.
Namajunas. Oh wow.
So that's what, 3 belts on the line?
Yo, that's a lit card. Yeah, but we're talking about 260 today
Yeah.
though.
So 260. You
Shit.
got 260.
Unfortunate RIP the co-main. The co-main event has been canceled. It was
Brian.
Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega for the featherweight strap. And I was hella looking forward to that fight, bro. Because there's so many things, right? I like Brian Ortega's last fight. He looked so much better. Like that was his first fight since he got whooped by Holloway, and he looked
Yeah.
so good. And then, you know, I honestly don't want to see Volkanovski versus the Holloway again. We already saw Holloway's last performance.
Right.
He's getting a title shot next, and I don't want to see a third fight between the two because Volkanovski's he's just. I mean, this is my opinion. He's just a point fighter, man. He's like it was a
Right.
really boring fight. Brian
Right.
Ortega, he got beat by Holloway. If he wins the strap and they rematch that, oh, dude, that's gonna be lit. But that unfortunately we got to wait on that. So, but that's okay.
Right.
We still got a pretty dope card. Probably
Right.
just want to highlight the three matches. I mean, the first one, I know you're a fan of the guy Sean O'Malley versus Thomas
I'm
Almeida.
not a fan of him. I don't dislike him. I know you don't like him.
I
I, I
like him. I just don't like.
I felt like they're pushing him too fast and he's not
Yeah.
ready. I think is what it is. Like he's got some highlight knockout reels or whatever, but
Only
I
thing I don't
mean,
like, I like his style. I like his personality. I think he's very marketable. The only thing that rubbed me the wrong way that I didn't like was when he lost his last fight, and he's not like
he
he's
broke his
not.
foot or he tore a ligament.
So
When
what
was it?
happened was it happened a few times. It doesn't happen often, right? So I don't know if you remember Mighty Mouse when he fought Henry Cejudo. Remember that fight?
Okay. I
So
don't
in that
remember it,
fight,
but
Mighty Mouse like kicked him and like kicked Henry Cejudo in like the leg somewhere, and his leg went out. Like his ankle was just there was no support. He couldn't
yeah.
feel his like foot, so it was like just kind of falling on itself. It's like a
Hmm.
nerve thing, but then it came back in that fight. So then Henry Cejudo obviously won. He beat Mighty Mouse, but that's what happened with Sean O'Malley. He got his opponent like his foot hit him in like the nerve. It wasn't like he broke his leg or something like that. It hit a
Right.
nerve, so it put
Right.
his leg to sleep. So
Gee.
there was no support, and then he kind of fell, and then he got hammer fisted, and then they
Right.
stopped the
Right.
fight.
Right. Right.
So he
Right.
was like, "I didn't really lose that fight. I'm still
Nah,
undefeated."
bro, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I understand his perspective is like, that's a freak accident. Like I didn't get beat up, but then at the same time,
You lost, B.
did you did
Yeah.
because
Right.
hey, whether it was intentional that he hit your nerve or if he was trying to
Right.
hit your calf or whatever, it doesn't
Right.
matter. That's it happened, and that's it.
Right.
It's part of the fight.
Right.
Like just because, so like what's cool about fighting is just because someone's better than another person. Like if you look at skill for skill, like Israel
Hmm.
Adesanya, he's better than Jan. If you look at
Right.
all of his skills, he's better than Jan as a fighter. But
Right.
that night he wasn't. So that's what's cool about
Right.
it. So like that's what's cool about watching this because you never know.
Right. Right. And then I mean, like I was when you were talking about how Sean O'Malley was saying he didn't really lose. I mean, I was actually going to bring up Izzy and be like, well, can Izzy say that he truly didn't lose because he moved up into a different division and didn't even gain any weight? Like that's almost kind of
Yeah,
black. I mean, it's L's an L. And Izzy took it. He took it on the chin and was like, "Hey, bro,
Izzy's cool with it, man. He knows what he
like
knows.
it happened. He knew it happened, and he was just
Yeah,
like, "Hey, it happened." And me probably going in at 187, 186, 187 probably wasn't the best idea.
he weighed in
But
at like 201, which is still because when you think about it, so he weighed in
I
at
don't
like
even think he was that
201.
much. I thought it was like 187 is what he weighed in at.
No, he weighed in at 201. And then he said he probably wasn't when he went at fight night, he was probably like 203, 205. Well, guess what? Jan weighed in at 205 and he's probably
Oh,
225,
right,
228, 230 fight night. So
right.
yeah, there's a huge difference. But yeah, man. That's the only thing I don't like. I want him to win because he's very marketable. He's
You
got a
talking
lot
about
of
O'Malley?
skill. Yeah, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, I think he's gonna win. The dude he's facing is actually pretty good. I think he's like 22-4, and
Hmm.
literally his 3 of his 4 losses were his last 3 fights. So he's on a 3-fight losing streak right now, but he's actually really
Right.
good.
Right.
So he's gonna come in there with a chip on his shoulder, right? So that's
Right.
what's interesting. I mean, they're both coming off a loss, even though
Right.
Sean O'Malley doesn't think he did. They're both coming
Right.
off a loss. His
Right.
opponent's
Something's gonna
coming off
give.
3
3
fight
losses.
losing streak. So
Right.
that's like that has to light a fire under his ass. And that being said, the co-main changed because of Brian Ortega Volk.
Right.
That's off. Tyron Woodley versus I can't pronounce his name. Vincent Luque. I can't pronounce his name. Who's a
Tyron
tough?
Woodley's lost.
He's
Tyron
lost
Woodley's
3
lost.
too. He's
Yeah, I was
lost
about to say he's lost 3,
15
right?
straight rounds. Not just lost 3 fights. He's lost 15 straight rounds. It's tough.
Yeah.
He just sits back. He sits back. It's so annoying. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Tyron Woodley. And I get so frustrated, dude. He's just going for that one trick pony shot, man. He just sits back. He waits for his opponent to come so he can counter with the overhand right. I'm like, man, switch it up. You black belt
Right.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You're a wrestler, man. Like,
Yeah.
dang, dude. So it's been hella frustrating watching him fight. And but all those fights were 5-round fights. This one's a 3-round fight. I think
Yeah.
some people think like, hey, maybe he doesn't really like empty his gas tank because he's scared if it goes the 4th or 5th round, he's not gonna have no energy to really perform.
Right.
So he just
Right.
doesn't perform. 3-round fight, you go for broke, man. Three fight losing streak. You got something to prove. You think you're the best, right? And he was on Ariel Helwani's podcast, and he was saying like this whole camp, a lot of it was just based off of mental, right? Like he was like basically his last 3 fights, you know, he raps and stuff like that too. And he's doing like TV shows or whatever.
Right.
So a lot of that, you know, a lot of people are like, hey, you're gonna lose focus. He's like, no, man, I'm not gonna lose focus. I'll be fine. But you know, I think in the grand scheme of things, yeah, you probably lose
You probably
focus.
did. Right.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot of things. So he's like, yeah, I didn't have that killer instinct. He said, you know, growing up, he used to always have that killer instinct because he used to always fight in the streets and stuff like that. So he was like, we're trying to engage that part of me back. And he's like, and I think, you know, he got it back. He got that grit back. So I think that's what it is. I mean, he's a great fighter. So he just needs to have that mental. So he says he has the mental back. I'm hoping that it shows up on Saturday, man.
We'll see. He might be done. I think it might be time to cut.
Huge fan. Me and my coworker were both huge fans of Woodley, man. And I swear, we always talk before like a pay-per-view, and we're like every time Woodley's about to fight, we're like, oh man, come on, Woodley, let's do it, right? And then end of the night, we're always like the last 3 fights, we're like, oh man, it's so sad being a Woodley fan. Last 3 fights, dude. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
He's fighting a dude that doesn't get put out. I don't know if the dude he's facing ever got knocked out before. He doesn't get put out, so it's gonna be a tough one. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think this is a good, you know, maybe a good fight for him to kind of gain some sort of confidence, or
bye.
I think 4 losses in a row in a stacked welterweight division ain't gonna cut it.
And guess what? I don't know if Dana White really even likes him that much.
There's that.
So there's that too. But
we'll see.
I mean, everyone's tuning in for that heavyweight showdown, though.
Yeah, man, and I'm even contemplating. Yeah, I'm contemplating if I want to cop it, just because I like Ngannou. I think he's got a cool story. I think he's got
really cool story.
I mean, the dude's a boogeyman. He's probably the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. Like, ain't nobody trying to see that. I mean, if anybody can put a stop to him, it is Stipe.
He's done it already. That's why, you know.
Exactly. Even if those two didn't fight, I still would probably say if anybody could stop Ngannou, it would be Stipe. Just based off the fact that this dude, I guess it's safe to say that he's the greatest heavyweight champion of all time.
Stipe,
I'm not ready to say that yet. I think you could put. I don't like DC as much, but you could put DC there.
Yeah, but he beat DC twice. Although he beat DC when he's older, right? And DC in his prime probably be a different story. But I mean, the only other argument is maybe Cain Velasquez, and they never fought. But I mean, Cain fought Francis. That was a weird fight, though. Here's the thing. So there's two
Oh yeah, I
thoughts. Like
forgot
I'm,
Cain
I'm
Velasquez went to the WWE after that.
yeah, and then he got then
He got
haven't seen him
cut.
since. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. This is why this fight's so intriguing. I'm going back and forth, man. I'm debating on going on my DraftKings and like putting in like a little parlay or whatever, but
Yeah.
I'm just having a hard time deciding between the two. Stipe is an underdog, slight underdog, and he's like a plus 125, which is he's always the underdog, which is hella disrespectful. Damn
He ain't getting no type of
champion
love.
dog. But yeah, so I'm having a
Yo, you
struggle.
froze up. You there?
Yeah, you froze up too, man. Mic check, mic check. Yo, yo, yo. All right, we
Oh,
back, we back, we back, we back,
all
we
right, all right,
back.
all right, all right, all right.
All right, cool. You see my hands moving?
Yes, yes.
All
So
right, cool. We back.
Stipe,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is what I'm struggling with for Stipe. I have a strong case that Stipe is going to win because we've seen it already, right?
Mhm.
We've seen it already. We've seen him take Francis's shots. We've seen him take it. In that first fight, Francis hit him
Yeah,
a ton, and he just
yeah.
took it and moved forward and gave it back to him, out wrestled him easily. And then, so, if you're looking at facts, if you're looking at history, stats, like, yeah, Stipe should be the favorite. And I wouldn't be surprised if he won. On the other side, Francis is a monster, right? So he lost to Stipe, and this was like 2 or 3 years ago, right? So 3 years
Mhm.
ago, um, he's had chance to
Work his
improve
way
his
back up.
wrestling defense. Yeah, and I mean, his first fight after that was against Black Beast, and remember how boring that fight was, dude? It was a
Hmm.
horrible fight. He lost that fight because he was gun shy. I think he probably got scared. Hey, man, I'm gonna gas out or whatever. Well, then after that, he's beat like four people within like 30 seconds. Like,
Knocking people
yeah.
smooth
So it's like,
out, B.
I don't know if the power is it different now? Like, what is it? But I don't know. In my head, I'm like, dude, if Francis hits Stipe with one of those, and Stipe is susceptible to getting hit, he does get hit.
Right, right,
DC was piecing him up, like second fight, piecing
right,
him up a lot, right?
right.
But if you're gonna get pieced up by someone like Francis' power, you can't really take that, right? So that's the thing with Francis is like, dude, that power, but at the same time, he's only fought for like a minute or two in the past 2 years. He hasn't His fights haven't
He
lasted
don't get
long at
paid by the hour,
all.
bruh. He don't
Yeah,
get
but
paid
here's the
by the
thing.
hour.
What if it goes past the first round? Remember the first fight after the first round? He was gassed, bro.
Right,
So
right.
it's like,
That's what I
how
was
is his
thinking.
tank?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is probably an easy one. Like, it's Steve. Francis is gonna have to knock this dude out within the first 2 rounds. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Yeah.
anything past two, I'm giving it to Stipe.
Yeah. When it goes to deep waters, man,
I'm saying
it
any
might be
like
a
I'm
tough
not even
one.
talking about championship rounds. I'm just talking about round three.
Mm, mm.
So I
Yeah.
would say the first 10 minutes, Francis is gonna have to knock this dude out. If it goes starting 11 minutes on up, I think Stipe's got it.
You
That's the way I'm
remember
looking at it.
you remember the last Francis fight he fought that dude named
He knocked that dude
Rosenstruck?
out in like 10
But
seconds.
here's the thing: the sequence before he knocked him out, he missed like six punches. Like he just went forward, had no respect for dude. He swung like six times, missed every shot until he hit him with the uppercut while the dude was against the cage. Boom, and then knocked him
Right.
out. Man, you can't do that with Stipe. Man, you're gonna miss one shot. He's gonna grab your legs and take you down. That's just like
Right.
the first fight, and what's gonna happen? You get mauled on the ground. So that's my only thing. Like, but if he hits him,
Yeah.
scary.
I agree. So yeah, I don't
It's
know.
intriguing. That's what
It's
that's
very
that's
intriguing.
that's what's intriguing for me is like, man, what's gonna happen, right? So it's
Mhm.
like, I mean, it's literally one or the other. I mean,
Right.
unless Francis surprises us and it goes to the fifth round and he's still got a gas tank on him, I'll be like, okay,
I
but
don't see that
very
happening,
unlikely.
but
Too much
very
muscle,
unlikely.
dude. Too much muscle.
Yeah.
He's
And
huge.
I think he
So
probably even knows that.
yeah, But
So
that's what's so marketable about him though, right? He's like this dude just be putting people out. It's like remember like I think it's kind of like when Mike Tyson used to fight and just knocking fools out hella
Joker don't
quick.
get paid by the hour, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm in and out. Peace.
yeah, so I think we're in for a good fight.
Yeah,
The last couple of main events have been a little interesting.
dude, man. Oh God.
Like
I love
that
Kevin
Kevin
Holland, bro.
Holland, yeah,
I'm such a
but come
huge
on, man.
fan. It's so
But he was
it's
tripping.
it was more frustrating watching that than the last three Tyron Woodley fights that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
At least when Tyron Woodley fought Kobe, he was like trying. Not Kobe. Burns, Gilbert Burns. When he fought
yeah,
Gilbert Burns, he was trying. At least he was trying. Dude,
right,
this dude Kevin oh my god, I'm a huge fan of Holland, man. I love his
right,
like how he be talking and stuff in fights and stuff
right,
like that. But
right,
bro, you losing. I mean, it's cool talk if you're losing, but I don't know what he was thinking, man. He gets
right.
taken down and he wraps his legs around his back. Like, you know what that means? That means, yo, I don't want to get up. I'm just gonna lay here.
Yeah,
You
which was
know?
crazy because this dude's known to be like a stand-up fighter. So for him to be
Yeah,
just in
get yourself
someone's
up.
just being in someone's guard the whole entire time.
I mean, he was hitting them with like slaps and elbows on the back. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, that's not gonna do anything. You're getting
But
control of the whole fight.
but also who was the ref that was it Herb Dean was the ref that main event? Whoever the referee was, I was like, bro, you gotta stand these clowns up though. Like they ain't working.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
ain't even doing enough to keep it going, man. Like
I
get
know
these fools
Derek
up,
Brunson
man.
like changed because like he was advancing and stuff, but at the same time, like you already knew if he's gonna be so if Kevin Holland gets taken down and then Brunson's on top of him, Brunson's just and especially like after the second round when he's already up 2-0,
Right,
is like if he's
right,
taking him down and he's on top, he's not gonna try to even advance. Like, what's the point? Why take a
right,
risk? This dude's
right,
letting me keep him on the ground. Psh,
right,
okay, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Like
right,
I don't I like I enjoy wrestling and MMA when it's like a Habib or something. Like,
right, right, right,
hey,
right, right.
I'm taking you
It's an
down.
art.
I'm gonna strangle you, or I'm gonna
Right,
advance. And I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Like that.
right,
That's what
right,
I
right,
like.
right, right,
Like I
right,
don't like it if you're just laying. It's
right,
like for control. Like
right.
do something with it, or I don't
I
care
agree.
anymore.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
but at the same time, it is up to Holland to get up. And this
Hmm.
fool, I swear, two of the takedowns, he helped. He
Yeah.
helped them take him down. Well, the first round he
I remember you
tripped.
saying that. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
One
yeah. I remember
time
you
he
telling
was
me that.
like, yeah, he like just fell back. I'm like, well, what are you
Right,
doing? And then you're
right,
helping him by wrapping your legs around him because now you really aren't gonna try to get. If you're a striker, you want to get up. And
right,
there was one time they were like so close to the cage, like the cage side. He could have used that to help him get up. He just laying there. Like,
right, right,
so I
right, right,
like his talk. I like when he talks and stuff like. But it was like I think he like wrestling terms. I think he was like what's the term, like he was too much
we're
into his
selling.
gimmick.
Yeah,
What he
yeah, 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 yeah,
falling too much
yeah,
for his own gimmick or whatever.
yeah,
Like he was like he's known as like the person just be talking and stuff. And I'm like he was doing it
right.
way too much. And it's even more annoying when you're losing. You
That
know,
part.
it reminds me of like high school or something when you're losing, like I don't know if you're like I don't know, any sport or whatever, a
Right,
competitive sport, and you're losing, and you're like, yeah, whatever, you act like you don't care, but you do. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like that's what it seemed like. Like the vibes I got is like, man, this dude don't care.
right.
But and that's
I get
lame. I
it.
don't want to
Yeah.
watch it. I don't want to watch somebody if they don't care.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. So
Yeah. If you don't care, I
yeah,
don't care.
that
That's it.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not fighting. So there's also
Mm-mm.
that. So yeah, I expect this Saturday to be at least the main event. It should be very, very interesting. Um
Yeah. What
uh
else is on that card before we
I don't know.
finish out this episode? Anything else of interest? Let me see. I don't know who's on the early prelims. I don't. Abu, some dude named Abu on the early prelims. I got that dude just for his name. Um. Habib's like cousin or something's on there.
Yeah.
Okay, 170 pounder. Kama Worthy. Kama Worthy is another African fighter. He's starting off on the
Gotcha.
main card.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, dude, and I heard that just sidebar, Usman is cornering Francis Ngannou.
Oh, okay.
wrestling specialist on the
Hmm,
corner of Francis and Ngannou.
that would be
Might
interesting.
give him some nuggets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Interesting, right?
yeah,
So all these little things, it matters. So,
right. Yeah, it all adds up for sure. So tell me where
what's
to
your
find you at,
prediction
Brody.
though? What's your
I
prediction before we
I
get out
got
of here?
Stipe. I got Stipe.
Okay,
I got
I got,
Stipe.
I got a gun to my head. I got Francis, first round knockout. It's gonna have to be.
That's real.
Yeah,
I can see that. I want it to be Stipe, but
yeah.
realistically, I think it's gonna be. I mean, I take
UFC
that.
wants it to
I
be
want it.
Francis.
I want it to be Francis, but realistically, I think it's gonna be Stipe. And there's nothing wrong with Stipe. I think he's a marketable dude. The dude's a freaking firefighter for
I
crying out loud.
know. At some point, it's not his fault anymore. Like,
I don't think it's ever been his fault.
oh, and one thing, like we talking about UFC, you sent me that picture, and I will like I just want to bring it up. You know how it's like, okay, ESPN Plus $5.99. You got pay per views six. Well, now it's like $65.99 or something like that plus
Something
tax.
like that. Yeah.
Then you got then you got Fight Pass, which is totally different. That's how you can access all the fights, like the Vault, like the WWE Network.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of expenses, etc. My main gripe, because I mean I know it's like it's a contract that UFC has with ESPN. My main gripe is, okay, you guys have a contract with ESPN. ESPN has a cable channel. Disney
ABC.
owns ESPN and they own ABC. Like there was a fight card that aired on ABC. I think the
It was Holloway.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was a Holloway fight, and I think the was it this last weekend? It was on ESPN. It was
It
on
was on
cable.
ESPN. Yeah, it was on ESPN.
Do that more often.
Yeah.
Just do that. I mean, the pay per view thing is a freaking mess, but
Even
it
with their
is what it
top ranked
is.
boxing, they show some boxing matches on free TV, at least
Yeah,
on ESPN. Like they had a pretty high profile boxing match that was on ESPN. Like,
yeah.
come
I
on,
mean,
man.
and I guess that's why that they're probably not doing that because they want people to subscribe to ESPN Plus. But look, here's the thing, man. Put
It's
more eyes
garbage,
on the
bro.
product, and here's the thing: the ESPN Plus app kind of trash, lightweight
It's
trash. Like
garbage, bro.
sometimes
It's
sometimes I
garbage.
try to stream stuff and it doesn't load. And I
Hmm.
mean, here's the thing: you can sell ESPN Plus by offering like additional like insider look at the fights coming up, things like that are exclusive on ESPN Plus, stuff like that. Push it like that. Like put more stuff on cable, put more stuff so everyone can access it and it's not a headache.
Right. Right.
Pay-per-views, we can't really, I mean, that's
I get it. I
contractual
understand it. Right.
obligations, but if you're just doing fight nights, dude, just like back in the day when it was on Fox Sports,
Fox, they used to have
Yeah,
some banging
yeah,
cards, bro.
FS1 or whatever. Put it on cable. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The free card,
Yeah.
put that on cable,
They
man.
ain't got nothing. And the stuff that's on cable is bootsy.
Yeah, it is.
Like, come on now.
So
Like, they can have a flyweight, bantamweight type of strap on free TV.
yeah, they could. You want
They could
more
easily,
fans, dude?
easily put a
Come on.
championship belt on there.
Yeah,
You can even possibly low key put Usman on free TV.
yeah, yeah. True. You could. I mean, yeah. I don't
When they
know.
had
I
it on
just
Fox, I think Fox is super duper like people don't give Fox Sports enough credit for what they do, but they be on point with how they market stuff. Like Fox, even I mean, I don't really watch SmackDown, but even the stuff that they're doing with SmackDown, it kind of makes sense. But I don't know, man. Like ESPN Plus, I think the app overall is just garbage. Like
it
there's
is. It's
really
not great.
nothing on ESPN Plus that I'm just like, man, that's really cool. Like
I mean, it's garbage. Just, I mean,
it's
what's
really
more
garbage.
garbage is just the functionality. It doesn't always work.
Right.
That's my main gripe with it. Is It just doesn't work that well, and it's not easy to navigate. It's not a good app to navigate. They need to fix it. Like as much as we
And the
don't like
stuff that be on there,
WWE,
like, right. The WWE app
the
is straight.
network is awesome.
Yeah.
The
Right.
network app is awesome, right?
Right.
So it's very organized. You can go exactly where to navigate to get what you
Right.
want to get to.
Right.
Can't do that with ESPN Plus. It's all over the place.
Agreed.
That's all.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
anyway, it should be a good fight though. We'll talk about it next week, man.
Tell me where I can find you at, man.
Same place always. Instagram. I am Mike.o. That's it. How about you, man?
Same thing. Find me on the gram. Money Compton.
All right.
Try
Try
to
one
run
of
this
these
back
out.
next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of
I'm
these
definitely gonna try it
out.
out. I'm gonna
All
try it
right.
out this weekend. All right.
Cool. I'm gonna
outside of
get out of
that,
this hot ass hoodie, but I had to wear it just to show the throwback Galileo, baby. I don't even know
some Mitchell
where
and
I
Ness
got
right
this
there.
from. Yo, I don't know. I don't know. It might be just Russell or something,
I feel it.
Galileo didn't have all the resources in the world, you know what I
Never, ever,
mean?
ever, 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 ever,
Yeah.
ever. Other than that,
All
peace
right,
and love.
yo.
We out.
Peace.